Most people try to convince with words, but rooms make decisions long before your sentences get a vote. Presence writes the first draft of every outcome. Whether people interrupt, whether they rush you, whether they assume you're flexible or immovable. A dangerous aura isn't menace or theatrics. It's the quiet combination of composure, clear boundaries, and signal clarity. So unmistakable that people adjust around you without being told. When others chase approval or attention, you'll practice the opposite, creating gravity. You will learn how posture, breath, gaze, timing, and small choices with objects in space generate the feeling of steadiness. Not a pose, a physiology. The goal isn't to be feared. The goal is to be unmistakably legible. When you become legible, conflict has fewer places to hide and pressure has fewer ways to distort you. Chapter 1. Win before you speak. This is a stepwise system for building an aura that speaks before language. We'll start with the inner pre-frame, who you decide to be in the room, then layer posture geometry, hand positioning, gaze math, timing habits, voice choices, wardrobe signals, spatial placement, object choreography, boundaries, and recovery. Each section is designed to be simple enough to recall under stress. Hear it once for understanding and again for embodiment. Use these ideas ethically. The aim is clarity, not intimidation. The more people feel safe around your steadiness, the more they reveal the truth, and the faster groups move from noise to decisions. If you feel yourself speeding up while listening, pause, breathe lower into the ribs, and return to a slower tempo. Your aura begins now, not when the video ends. Before we move further, tap like and subscribe to Dark Mind 999, Dark Mind 999 for weekly deep dives on dark psychology, stoic control, and real-world communication power. Your support tells the algorithm to keep pushing these tools to people who need them. Let's dive in. Chapter 2, Pre-frame. Identity, intention, baseline. Every meeting begins twice, once inside you, once in the room. Identity answers, who am I here? Not in a grand sense, but in a functional one. I am the calm professional. I am the clear negotiator. Intention answers, why am I here? To define terms, to surface constraints, to find a workable path. Baseline answers, what minimum standard will I uphold? We speak at a human pace. We keep scope small. We avoid biography. With these three decided, your nervous system stops scanning for approval and starts scanning for alignment. The mind hunts for what you've declared. You are less distractible because you've told the brain what matters. When others escalate, identity holds you in the lane. When the conversation wanders, intention calls you back. When someone tries to sprint, baseline keeps you in breathable air. Chapter 3, Posture. Triangle, feet, spine, shoulders. Presence is mostly physics. Plant the feet shoulder width, knees soft, weight slightly forward, not back on the heels, not collapsed, not ready to bolt. Grow the spine tall without stiffness. Imagine a thread lifting the crown. Let the shoulders fall twice because the first release is never enough. This triangle, feet, spine, shoulders, changes your breath, which changes your voice, which changes what people feel. The body that's bracing announces a fight. The body that's aligned broadcasts readiness. Alignment also prevents your hands and face from overcompensating. The calmer your structure, the less you need tense smiles or defensive gestures. People trust what looks unforced. If you catch yourself shrinking or leaning, rebuild the triangle in place. You will feel the room exhale in response, even if no one names it. Chapter 4, The Hands Rule. Show, anchor, still. Hidden hands make primates uneasy. It's biology. Show your hands briefly to the room, not as a performance, but as a signal. Nothing to hide, nothing to prove. Then choose an anchor. Rest a hand on the table edge, a notebook, or the chair arm. Anchoring gives your nervous system a home base and removes the micro fidgets that leak uncertainty. Gesture on the beats of language. Open hand on key words. Settle as the sentence lands. When excited hands want to sprint, let the anchor slow them. If you must hold something, hold one thing with intention. A pen twirled nervously becomes a broadcast of scattered attention. A pen laid down becomes punctuation. Your goal is punctuation, not confetti. Chapter 5, Gaze Math. 60-40, Contact and Scan Strategy. Too much eye contact feels like a challenge. Too little feels like retreat. Use a soft 60-40 rhythm, about 60% contact, 40% off. When you look away, glance down and to the side rather than up and away, which can read as evasion. In groups, scan in slow triangles. Person, person, shared object. This says, I see you, and I see what we're here to do. Your gaze is how you ration attention. Give it as a resource, not as a chase. People interrupt less when your eyes land with purpose because they recognize a cadence. When someone pushes for dominance, don't lock eyes in a contest. Widen your field of view to take in the room. You are anchoring to context, not to a duel. Chapter 6, Timing. Entry pause, response latency, end beats. Timing sculpts perception. On entry, pause half a breath before speaking. That fractional silence lets the room finish its previous thought and signals you won't ride their momentum. After you're asked a question, allow a beat before answering. It displays selection rather than defense. If they speak over your pause, continue to choose your words anyway. Your steadiness will outlast the interruption. When you finish a point, land on a downbeat and leave a small pocket of quiet. People step into that pocket more carefully because you made space for meaning. The undisciplined speaker treats time like a runway to burn. The disciplined speaker treats time like a lens to focus. Lenses make the image crisp. Runways just make it loud. Chapter 7, The Voice Stack. Tempo, tone, texture. Voice is presence you can hear. Slow your tempo slightly below instinct, compress your sentences, and finish with gentle finality. Keep your volume moderate. When intensity rises, narrow your range rather than raising your pitch. Texture matters. A little air on consonants softens edges. Rounded vowels keep warmth alive. Choose one word per idea to emphasize and let everything else sit still. Energetic doesn't mean faster, it means cleaner. When others spike, resist matching them. Your vocal metronome is a leadership tool. It coaxes the room back to human speed. A voice that won't be rushed shifts the psychology of everyone listening. They begin to measure their words because you measured yours. Chapter 8, Wardrobe Signals. Contrast, one emblem rule. Clothes are a frame around your face. Choose contrast, dark with light accents or the reverse. Avoid busy patterns that chatter visually. Adopt the one emblem rule. One visible symbol that implies function. A simple watch, a subtle pin, a clean pen. One emblem whispers competence. Many logos scream insecurity. Texture communicates more than brand, fit communicates more than price, and consistency communicates more than novelty. The room doesn't need to read your outfit. The room needs to forget it because it fits your role so well. When in doubt, reduce visual noise. The fewer distractions you carry, the more signal your presence sends. Chapter 9, Spatial Control, Distance, Angle, Territory. Space is language. Keep a comfortable working distance, about an arm's length plus a notebook, in professional settings. Angle your body 10 to 20 degrees, off square, to lower perceived threat while maintaining access. Claim a small territory. Place a notebook at a gentle angle, align a pen, set a glass of water with intention. Territory is not domination. It's an invitation to operate on shared work rather than status games. When people crowd, don't lean back, hold ground and widen your stance. When people drift, don't chase. Let your stillness call them back. The body that refuses to be herded is read as senior, even when titles disagree. Chapter 10, Object Choreography, the anchor item. Carry one object that means, I'm here to work. A notebook, a slim folio, a simple card case. Open signals, exploration. Closed signals, conclusion. Centered means we're returning to the main thread. Objects train the room faster than speeches. They're also your reset switch. When anxiety climbs, touch the anchor once and feel weight in the feet. Set the object down when you make a decision, and people feel the gear shift. Keep your phone invisible. Phones bleed neediness into the air and invite everyone to check out. If you must reference something digital, treat the phone like a temporary tool, not a limb. Chapter 11, Boundaries without barking. Boundaries are the exact moment your aura is tested. Speak them as simple behavior statements, not moral verdicts. I'll continue when we're on the same topic. I'm available for solutions, not insults. I don't decide under countdowns. Say them once and let your actions do the rest. If interruptions rise, you become more concise. If volume rises, yours drops. You will be tempted to lecture or justify. Resist. A boundary that needs a speech was never a boundary. You're not seeking approval for your limits. You're informing the room of how engagement works with you. People learn quickly when the rule is consistent and calm. Chapter 12. Micro signals that ruin presence and fixes. The little leaks break the dam. Ring spinning, pen tapping, foot jitter, lip biting, quick nodding to buy goodwill. These are broadcasts that you're managing your own nerves, not the moment. Replace each with a stillness habit. Interlace the fingers loosely, ground the feet, tongue relaxed, shoulders wide. Over-smiling to soothe others reads as push me. Trade it for neutral warmth, soft eyes, steady mouth, genuine thanks when warranted. Another leak is filler language that apologizes for your existence. Sorry, just to add, this might be dumb, I'm probably wrong, but remove the apology scaffolding. Say the thought in one line. You will feel the room treat your words at their true weight. Chapter 13. Group rooms becoming the quiet center. In groups, attention is currency and chaos is expensive. Sit where you can see faces, hands, and exits. Contribute early with one useful sentence to mark your voice. Then conserve speech until the room tangles. When it does, summarize the state in one clean line and propose a next step. That single act shifts you from participant to center. People follow the person who makes sense of noise. If two strong personalities are dueling, widen the frame. Name the shared goal and link each perspective to a piece of it. When the group accelerates toward a premature decision, slow it by asking for criteria first. Criteria before options will save hours and egos. Your aura in groups is the feeling that someone just turned on the lights. Chapter 14. High-pressure moments, interviews, negotiations, conflict. Interviews reward clarity over charm. Breathe before each answer. Lead with the headline, then supply one example. End with the result in a single number or clear outcome. Negotiations reward sequence. Criteria before price, terms before concessions. Walkaways declared quietly in your mind before you hear the first number. Conflict rewards scope. Tonight's issue before the entire history. This behavior before identity. What we can do in the next hour before the autopsy of last year. In all high-pressure cases, the dangerous aura is this. You won't be rushed, you won't be baited, and you won't leave the ground of purpose. Your calm reorganizes other people's impulses into choices. That is the real force multiplier. Chapter 15. Calibrating warmth. Steady doesn't mean distant. Composure without humanity becomes ice. Add warmth deliberately, not as a nervous reflex. Thank people for clarity. Name what helped. Credit ideas by name. Keep appreciations brief and concrete so they don't feel like flattery. A small smile after a solved problem is stronger than a grin used like a shield. Warmth also lives in how you disagree. You can say, I see why that appeals, and still decline. You can say, there's value there, and still steer elsewhere. When steadiness holds hands with kindness, people feel safe telling you the truth, and truth reduces the need for power displays. Chapter 16. The recovery when you slip. Everyone slips. You will talk too fast, interrupt, or let the face harden. Recovery is part of aura. Name the slip in one line and reset. Let me slow that down. I jumped in too quickly. Finish your point. I came in hotter than I meant. Here's the clean version. People don't trust perfection. They trust self-governance. Recovery says you're steering yourself in real time. That's better than getting it right the first time, because it teaches the room what to expect when things get bumpy. You don't collapse and you don't double down. You correct course without drama and return to the work. Chapter 17. Closing integration, quiet power, plain rules. A dangerous aura is engineered through small, repeatable choices. Plant your stance, align the spine, drop the shoulders, show the hands, anchor them. Use 60-40 gaze in triangular scans. Enter on a pause. Answer after a beat. Land on a downbeat. Keep the voice measured, the words short, and highlight only one word per idea. Choose wardrobe that erases distraction and installs function. Claim a small territory and let objects mark transitions. Speak boundaries once and match them with action. In groups, become the quiet center by summarizing and proposing next steps. In pressure, choose sequence over speed. Add warmth where it matters and recover quickly when you stray. You will notice people lowering their volume, choosing their words and honoring your time. That's not fear. That's the environment your steadiness builds. Quiet power makes loud chaos unnecessary. Call to action. If this helped you build a calm, unmistakable presence, tap like and subscribe to Dark Mind 999 for weekly deep dives on dark psychology, stoic control, and real-world communication power. Your support teaches the algorithm to bring steady rooms to more people. Stay composed. I'll see you in the next one.